All right, so you're thinking about moving to the Austin area or somewhere just outside of Austin in Central Texas. You're not quite sure where you're going to start. You don't know where to go. You're just trying to explore your options right now. Guys, this video is for you. Chris Peshek, Dripping Springs home team at Peshek Properties here. And videos like this one, or like this one up over here, and I've got quite a few of them going already on YouTube. What I'm doing is I'm bringing you my favorite subdivisions in and around Austin. Now, when I'm talking about my favorite subdivisions, there's a few things that I look for. Number one, it's outdoor space. Can I get outside? Can I hike? Can I run around with my kids or my dogs? Can I bike? What are the things that I can do outdoors, because I hate being inside all the time? And the neighborhood that I'm at today has got that in spades. So this neighborhood specifically is also going to appeal to you if you don't want to live in Austin or downtown Austin or something like that. You want a little bit slower pace of life. That's what we're talking about today. So if you're moving to Austin in 9 days, 90 days, 9 months, does not matter. If videos like this are what you're looking for, make sure you're subscribing to this channel. Make sure that you are clicking that little bell notification so that you know exactly when I put more content up on YouTube, because I do it every week and I usually do at least 2 times a week. So you're going to want to pay attention if you like videos like this. So the neighborhood that I'm talking about today, guys, I am in a community called Belterra. Belterra is a master plan community between Austin and Dripping Springs on the southwest side of Austin. Now, about 30 minutes from downtown, about 30 minutes from the airport, this neighborhood is full of people who commute on a daily basis to their jobs, whether that's in that Southwest Tech corridor or into downtown Austin. That's where people in Belterra are going. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to talk about a couple of my favorite things about Belterra, and we're going to go explore 3 houses in 3 separate price points. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret that a lot of people, even that live in Belterra, don't know. So let's get this thing started right now. Okay, so let's get started with a little bit more about Belterra and some of my favorite things. Like I mentioned, I love the outdoors. I love getting outside, and look at what I'm walking through, this giant treed forest here. I'm right outside the Belterra Amenity Center. Right behind me is a swimming pool surrounded by swimming trees. Back over here, you got baseball field, you got tennis courts and basketball courts. And this is kind of the hub, the trailhead, if you will, for all the paths in Belterra. Some of them are walkways, sidewalks along the side of the roads. There's a lot of sidewalks in the neighborhood, but there's about 5 or 6 miles of actual trails through the trees and stuff like that along a creek back here that are an absolute blast. We come out here rucking all the time with our rucking group, and it's just nice in the morning. There's deer out, there's birds and all this other stuff. You feel like you're out in the country, and that's kind of why people move to Dripping Springs to begin with. And so that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Belterra. Now, if you want a little bit of that city lifestyle, you've got Belterra Village Shopping Center, which is, from where I'm standing, it's about 3/4 mile away. You've got a ton of shopping. You've got salons. You've got dental places. Doctors for all kinds of things. WellMed is up there. You've got tons of places to eat. You've got a movie theater. I mean, Belterra Village Shopping Center. You don't need to leave this area, and you've got everything that you need. What people do, first of all, from the very back of the neighborhood up to the shopping center, it might be 2 miles. So you can literally walk up there for your meals. Or a lot of people in the neighborhood have taken to golf carts and they just drive around on golf carts in here. And that's how they get up to go to the movies and things like that. So you literally do not have to leave the neighborhood. You can park your car, get in a golf cart, and do everything that you need to do in this area. Now, one other thing that's coming soon is right across the road from Belterra, right across Nutty Brown Road, they're building a giant new HEB. It's kind of like a superstore. Man, this thing is huge. And it's going, again, it's a mile up the road from here. So all your shopping, all your grocery shopping, everything is going to be right here just outside of Belterra. So those are some of the things I like. Swimming pool. Swimming pool's really great. It's got a splash pad for kids. It's got shaded areas, things like that. And again, it goes back to being outdoors, being able to come out here, throw the football, throw the frisbee, teach your kids how to play baseball. I mean, you can see there's people right behind me on the baseball field right now. You might be able to see them. It's a family with a little kid, and they're teaching the little kid how to play baseball. So that's what you're going to get here in Belterra. Now, one of the other things that a lot of people don't realize, and this is why Belterra was so popular, is it's an Austin address. It's 78737, but these are Dripping Springs schools, and you've got an in-neighborhood elementary school, and the middle school that goes with that elementary school and an additional elementary school are really about 2 miles up the road on Sawyer Ranch Road. So again, very, very popular with families because of the schools that are close, and Dripping Springs schools. There are a lot of people that move out to this area just for the schools, and it's really, really cool that people can be so close to commute into Austin, but they have their kids in the school district that they want, which is actually further out away from Austin. So very, very underrated part of Belterra as a community. Now, as we're going to head over and start looking at some of these houses, a couple of things that you might want to know about Belterra. Again, master plan community, going to be a little over 3,000 homes when it's all said and done, and it's just about done. They started building in the late 90s in here, and for a long time, it was just houses didn't sell all that fast. But then over the last 3 years or 4 years, this area started blowing up, and they sold out really quickly. There's only a few brand new builds that are left in here, and it's going to be a complete community at that point. So you've got a range of houses in age built, in size. You're going, there's some townhomes in here that are about 1,200 square feet, all the way up to about 5,000 square feet. And the range of prices is roughly 500,000 up to over $1 million. I saw the last one that I saw over $1 million sold for 1.2 million. It was a huge house, swimming pool, and all the stuff. So really kind of something for everybody, as long as your starting price point is about $500,000. So that's a little bit about Belterra. Let's go take a look at these houses. The first one I'm going to take a look at is priced at $600,000. The second one's $750,000, and then the last one is $1 million. Let's go see what these houses have in store for you. Now, as I'm walking up to this house, first one of the things that I really, really love about Belterra is look at the mature trees here. And if you look down the road, that's kind of, that's what you're going to see here, especially in the older parts, the ones that were built in the 90s and 2000s. And so this first house that we're going to take a look at was built in 2004. It's about 2,200 square feet, priced at $605,000. And guys, you're going to see a lot of traditional homes in Belterra. So if that's what you're hunting, that's what you're going to see. There's not a ton of modern builds. Some of the townhomes up front have a little bit more of a modern feel, but and some of the newer ones have some what I would call transitional. But for the most part, this is what you're going to be looking at. And again, 605, 2,200 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath. It does have an office as well, on 0.21 acres. You can see classic Texas limestone, single-story house. You can tell there's some slope on the lot. The back of the lot's a little bit higher because you got this little bit of extra stone here on the front of the garage. But as you can tell, really nice house overall, and something that is great for a starter home, especially out here in the Dripping Springs area in Dripping Springs ISD. And I know that sounds weird. There are cheaper homes in Dripping Springs ISD, and you can find brand new ones for 500 or for under 500. But again, established neighborhood within commuting of downtown Austin, about 30 minutes. This is a classic Belterra home, 2004, 2,200 square feet, 605. All right. So again, as I give you more views of all of these amazing, massive trees out here, let's go take a look at what $750,000 will buy you here in Belterra. All right, so we're back closer to the back of this neighborhood for the second house. As we're walking around back here, remember I told you that you're going to find a little bit more transitional contemporary styling back here. You've got different roof lines. You can kind of see a lot higher gable pitch on this. And I'll point out a couple of the other contemporary stylings as we walk by. But this back area is the last one to be built out. So these homes started being built in 2018 in this last section. And there's a few more that are still brand new builds that are getting finished and completed right now. But the house we're going to take a look at, which, well, before we get to that, let me on the contemporary stylings theme, let's take a look at this house right behind me. So this is not something that you're going to see in most parts of Belterra, but it is a little bit of a more modern styling. You see, you've got board and batten siding up here. You've got brick and stone. So it's one of those that you have quite a few different types of materials. Just gives it a lot more interest, two-story home. So that's the kind of thing you're going to see a little bit more here in the back with the newer construction houses. The one that I'm showing you is right here across the road. Still a single-story home built in 2020. So a couple of cool things, and I don't know if you can see the front door here, but you've got the horizontal light, so it's a contemporary front door, and you can see from the inside that it's a newer home. Built in 2020, like I said. Wood garage doors, you know, again, not something you're going to find in the older sections of Belterra, but this one is just about 2,700 square feet, built in 2020. I've said that 3 times. I realized it just after I said it. 4-bed, 3-bath. It does have an office in here as well. And again, just one of those that it's a little bit different style from that normal traditional hill country style. So when you're looking at homes in Belterra, if you want that normal, I say normal, that traditional hill country styling, you're going to be looking at homes kind of in the front sections closer to the elementary school. If you're looking for something a little bit different, it's definitely going to be back here towards the back where the new construction homes are. And I mentioned a while ago some condos, and there's 2 sections in here. If you're looking for something a little bit smaller, that's more of a lock and leave lifestyle, there's 2 sections in Belterra that actually are gated, and they're smaller homes, and it's really kind of for an empty nester. That's what it was built for, or people that travel quite a bit and are looking for that empty nester lifestyle. So those homes are available in here also. And I wanted to stop and show you this one as well, because again, a little bit newer design. You've got these little eyebrow roofs that are metal here on the front. So it just takes the traditional hill country and spices it up a little bit. But as we're walking over, and yeah, the next house is just down the road from the last one, and a completely different price point, over $1 million. I want to talk about a few of the other things that you're going to find out here in the Dripping Springs area. There are 11 different breweries. There are 6 different distilleries. There are a ton of wineries, restaurants everywhere. The thing that people love out here, like I do, is the outdoor aspect. So a lot of our restaurants, like Route 12 and the restaurant at Treaty Oak, Flores, they're going to have outdoor areas for you to eat. They're going to have playgrounds and stuff for kids. Dripping Springs is an outdoor destination, just from the Texas Hill Country. I mean, there's a couple of months where you can't take advantage of it, but overall, it is an absolutely outdoor destination, and people love to be outdoors here. So let's go take a look at our third and final house. This one price point is over $1 million, and I'll talk about what makes it special, but let's go see it now. All right, coming up on the last house here, and this one is priced a little over $1 million. It's $1,125,000. But what are you going to get for $1,125,000? First of all, you're going to see it is a stately home, and that's the only way to say it. Like, I don't know a better way to say this, but you're about 3,800 square feet, so a huge house. You've got 4 beds, 3.5 baths, a big game room, and this one has an amazing swimming pool. So one thing that you're going to realize in Dripping Springs is the houses with swimming pools, and this is kind of true all over Texas, let's be honest. The houses with swimming pools, if they're well maintained, those suckers are the first ones to sell, because we've got a lot of people coming here from out of state and they realize it's hot in Texas. So if you can find a swimming pool, or in a house with a swimming pool, that is the best way to buy a swimming pool. Because if you find a house without a swimming pool and go to put one in after the fact, you're going to find out that swimming pools here are really expensive. There's a lot of rock in the ground, and I've seen swimming pools up to $150,000. Like a basic swimming pool here is going to cost you 75 grand. So it's always cheaper to find one that's already done. So here's the house I was talking about. Again, stately. You can tell that's a big house, 3,700 square feet on almost a quarter acre, great swimming pool. And you can see from the inside, the owners did not cut any corners when they were getting the sucker built. And this house is absolutely incredible. So that is what $1,125,000 will buy you in Belterra. Again, one of my favorite neighborhoods in all of the Austin area. Now, I mentioned earlier that I was going to share a secret with you that even a lot of people in Belterra don't know about. So let's go figure out what it is. Okay, so been around Belterra, shown you around, you've seen Belterra Village and all that stuff, but I promise you one last little thing, that there's even people in Belterra that doesn't know exists. So back here in the newer section, there is a spot. It's called the Retreat. And what it is kind of a second little mini amenity area. Just like the other one, it's kind of an origination point for a lot of the trails back here. It's got a playground around it. And the coolest thing is, and like, you know, this isn't cool if you look at the newest neighborhoods in Austin, but the fact that they came in here, and I'm not going to get too close because a little bit creepy for some guy with a camera to be showing you potentially kids playing, but they've got a really cool splash pad back here. And I'm telling you, there are, I would say probably half the neighborhood residents don't even know this thing is back here. It's a cool splash pad. You could probably put 60 or 70 kids on there at once. And for young kids, stuff like that, I mean, you know who uses splash pads, but in the summers when it's 100, 105 degrees up here, this is the spot to be. This spot is called the Retreat. Again, it's in the back of Belterra, away from the other amenity center, but it's something that you absolutely cannot miss if you're moving to this area. So guys, that's it for the video. Again, if you like this content, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. This is what I do. I bring you stuff that is 24 years worth of experience of me living in Austin. And again, not many people know this area like I do. That's why I always say local knowledge isn't expensive. It is absolutely priceless. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel as well. We'll see you next time.